Hello everyone, this is Satyaprakash. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll show you how to create forms in Angular. So guys, before going through this video, please visit my previous videos which is available in my playlist called Angular latest tutorial, and here you'll get some ideas on the basic, intermediate and advanced level Angular tutorial. And these are very real-time scenario project. You can get this video on the real-time project scenarios. Okay, so before going to this current videos, please visit my these videos which are all relevant to this video as well. Okay, let's continue with my session here. So in this video I'll show you how to create forms in Angular, what is template driven forms, what is reactive forms, and we'll also know about the directives, that is what is ngSubmit, ngForm directive and ngModel directive, and how to display property value of the form model while the user submits some records from the Angular UI. So guys, I have created one node step-by-step process. Okay, so I'll show you that as well while I create my Angular forms. Okay, so guys, I'll give some brief on this. So to understand the create operation, I'll build a form that help us create a new employee. So that will use the create employee component that we already created in one of my previous videos here. Okay, and it is very simple how to create the component. Okay, same is just a simple command you need to execute, and then you will create the component here as well, like inside create employee component and some relevant files as well. So so in this video I'll show you that create employee component forms, how to display, and in my next videos I'll show you how to perform validation and displaying some valid and meaningful error messages to the user. Okay, so here there are two ways we can create a forms in Angular. One is template driven forms and another one is model driven forms. So commonly called is the reactive forms. Okay, so both these approaches have their own pros and cons. For example, template driven forms are generally used to create a simple forms. On the other hand, reactive forms are used to create a complex forms. For example, if you want to add forms control dynamically or perform cross validation, field validation, we use the reactive forms approach. So there are several other differences between the template driven as well as reactive forms. So we will discuss those in detail in my next video. So in this session we'll discuss how to use the template driven approach to build the create employee form. As the name implies, template driven forms are heavy on the template. This means we do most of the work in the view template of the component. So we want to design our create employee forms in this component using this component. Okay, and to keep this simple at this moment we only have two fields, that is one is full name of the employee and the email of the employee. So we'll add these other fields like department, phone number, gender, address in my next video. So in this video we only have the two text boxes for full name and email in our template driven form, and in next video we'll discuss about how to work with the checkboxes, drop down list and radio buttons. So guys, as per my note, first we need to declare the properties, that is create -employee.component.ts. So first things, we need to create a component like create employee, and in this ts file we need to declare the properties for full name and the email. Okay, like this. So this is the step 1. Step 2, we need to create an employee form using the create-employee.component.html. So I'll go to here, and there is the same file, the HTML file I need to open. Okay, and here you can see this code as well for create the employee form. Okay, so I'll discuss this code step by step. First thing, here I am using some bootstrap CSS classes like panel panel primary and panel heading, panel title, etc. to style the form. There is no Angular using here, only it is just like template HTML. Okay, and here you can see this line form, employee form, ngForm, ngSubmit directive, and it calls one method save employee and inside the employee form. Okay, so this has employee form. Okay, so this is called the template reference variables. So notice we have assigned one ngForm as the value of the template reference variable employee form here, right? So the employee form variable holds a reference to the form. When Angular sees a form tag, it automatically attaches the ngForm directive to it. So the ngForm directive supplements the form element with additional features. It holds all the form controls that we create with the ngModel directive and name attribute and monitors their properties like value, deity, toast, valid, etc. The form also has all these properties. So we'll discuss these properties at the individual control level at the form level in detail in my next video. Okay, so here we can see one more directive, ngSubmit, right? The ngSubmit directive, it submits the form when we hit the enter key or when we click the submit button. When the form is submitted, it calls the save employee method is called, and we are passing it the employee form variables properties as well. We don't have this method creation yet. I'll create in the component class and I'll show you. And the next directive is ngForm directive. Okay, so this ngForm, what is ngForm directive? The ngForm directive is provided by Angular Forms module. For us to be able to use it, we'll have to import the Forms module in our app module file, that is app.module.ts file. So we need to make sure to include this import statement, this form module. Okay, so as per my step 3, we need to add the forms module in app module app.module.ts file. So here this file app.module.ts file. So here we need to import this line for forms module, and we need to add this form module in the imports array of ngModel decorator. So here inside the import section. Okay, so if a form module is not imported, we'll get some errors in the browser developer tool. There is no this error will be there is no directive with exports as the set to ngForm. Okay, so I'll continue with this step 2, that is the HTML file, whatever the code I am using. So this is the HTML file. So we need, there is a block of code here. First we'll take it as a this one, the full name. So to style the full name field, it is associated with the label. We are using Bootstrap. So the form group and form control are Bootstrap CSS classes used for styling. There is no use of Angular coding here. The for attribute on the label is used to link the label with its associated full name input control and with the form attribute in place. When we click on the label, it is associated with input element automatically receives the focus. Again, there is no Angular here, it is all the standard HTML. So the ngModel directive is used for creating two-way binding. Okay, and that is to keep the HTML element value and its corresponding component property in sync. Okay, so notice we have set ngModel directive to full name. We don't have full name property in the component class. Yeah, we have the ngModel directive to the directive to the full name. Also full name property have in the component class as well. So sometimes what's happen, Angular will not automatically create the full name property using the value of name attribute on the HTML element, so that we need to manually sometimes implement here inside the component class file. Okay, so we notice we have set the ngModel directive full name here, right? And this is why the name attribute is also required when we use ngModel directive. If you remove the name attribute, we get the following error. If ngModel is used within a form tag, either the name attribute must be set or the form control must be defined as standalone in ngModel options. So guys, it differs, based on your Angular versions. In the Angular old versions, if you use ngModel, no need to implement here in the class file. But what I'm using the latest of Angular, so that even I'm using ngModel here, I need to call the same property for full name and email. Okay, so the bottom line is, if you want to input the element to be tracked by the form, make sure to include both the name attribute and ngModel directive. Otherwise the input element will not be part of form model created by Angular. Okay, so I already told you that it is ngSubmit which calls this method. This is the inside the panel. I'm getting some title of the header, and this panel body I am to control. One is full name text box, one is email inside the form group, and this is the footer. I'm adding the one button, the submit button here, and in the bottom you can see. So so this is very important. We are using this value property of the employee form to display the full name and email property value of the form model that Angular automatically generates for us. So we are using the Angular JSON pipe to format the JSON data. For example, usually go to the form and add some input, some full name and email, and click on submit button, right? So that value, input value, will be shown here using this JSON value as well. Okay, so I'll go to one thing I need to show here, that is whatever the method I am calling, I need to create this method, right? So I'll go to the ts file, that is the class file of Angular. So here in the create employee component class, I'll use this save employee method here, right? I need to define here. So at the moment we are simply logging the value of the Angular generated form model to the console. Okay, and here what I have done is, this save employee has the employee form parameter and is ngForm. What is ngForm? You can see this mouse over, you can get the ngForm, and it will be log this using console log whatever the employee form value will be submitted. So guys, for this I need to import this line, import ngForm from Angular/forms. Okay, so the ngForm directive supplements the form element with the additional features of properties like value, deity, and tossed, valid, etc. To see all the properties, we need to knock off the value property and log just employee form as shown here, right? So at this point, if you fill the full name and email text boxes, and when you submit the form, either by click the save button or by pressing the enter, or by submit, I click on the submit button, whatever text you have mentioned, we'll see the forms log to the browser console, and we can see all these properties, right? So I'll go to the notes. Is there any steps here? So step 1 I already discussed, step 2 is discussed, step 3 also I have mentioned everything. Step 4, this is the last step. I need to run the Angular application. So guys, here I'll go to click on 3 dot. Okay, before that I need to use that create employee component HTML. So this is the code. Okay, and step 2 is create employee component TS. This is the code. Okay, and step 3 is app module.ts. Need to add this import statement, and inside the import section we need to add this forms module and this forms module, right? So this is step 3. So step 4, final step, is you need to run our Angular application. So ngServe space -o, click enter. So click on create. So guys, you can see this is the form. Okay, create new employee header, and this is the text box of employee full name, and this is the second text box of employee email. So if you click on this employee full name So the cursor is coming to the text box of employee full name. Same way, if you click on this employee email, the cursor is coming to the employee email text boxes. Okay, and here in this JSON it will show the input value of this two text boxes. I'll show you. So I'll type here Satyaprakash, and the mail here I'll type here, right? So see here, whatever the text I am input here by the user, it displaying here in the Angular generate employee forms model. So next step is we need to check using the browser console that all the forms values are logged or not. So I'll right click on this browser, go to inspect element, go to console. Okay, and here, right, this is my input fields, so I'll click on submit. So see here, I'm getting this full name, right, full name and email, and this is the more details, this email field, email model value showing the email field value and full name also. And go to prototype, it has the all the properties I can see here. So there is two strings, two local strings, and this value of, so all these properties is shown here, right? So I need to use this name, the different name, Mohan and Das, right? And here it's showing the Mohan and Das in the JSON file, JSON section. So I need to check the browser console log properties. Go to console. Okay, I need to submit here. Okay, I need to submit here, so I can see this full name Mohan and email is Das. Expand that, I'm getting the same properties values logged successfully and with other properties as well. So in this way we can see the forms log to the browser, and you can see all the properties values here. So these properties are greatly useful for performing the forms validation. Okay, so this is all about how to create forms in Angular. I'll go to my presentation. So guys, so I already have discussed all these points along with the how to create the forms and how to display the log values in console using console of the browser. So guys, that's it for today. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.